So day 4 with Gordo, his last day. We're just going to check to see if there's any dust on the
motor. No,
sorry. Just going to have a look to see. Sorry, I just barged in there. We motored for quite some time yesterday because there was no wind, but where would the dust be?
So generally on the alternator.
On here?
Whilst there's a tiny bit of dirt, that's not really belt dust, so yeah. No, that's not belt dust because it would come off in your hand. So I would suggest we've done a 100% fix of this.
Yeah, it's definitely tight, eh? Look at that. That's...
Yeah, look at that. That's just fabulous.
And that doesn't move.
Well, it does, but you're moving the whole engine as well. So.
Yeah.
No,
all right, we don't need a mechanic. That's done. That's a permanent repair. Thanks, Bunnings. So today we're gonna have something to eat, coffee. The gas cylinders are totally empty, and the good thing is about filling these up, they'll probably last about 2 years if we're only using that gas stove, which is great. So that's another thing done. Got to fill the water tank up today because we've used a fair bit of water, and we're gonna pull out the sails and have a look, just see what we've got. Gordo's offered to give me $500 for both those sails. One's a Code Zero, one's a Spinnaker, and I think that's an absolute bargain that he offered me $500 because he said that's all they're worth. And we're going to do some boat handling, parking, and then reefing, and that'll probably be a wrap, I think. Gordo's just fried my brain.
Sorry.
This guy doesn't stop. I'm serious. I can run hard. This guy runs harder. This morning we just get the weather's really, there's no wind. We're going to do a bit of boat handling, but just checking the motors. But do you remember I mopped that bit of oil up? And as you can see, absolutely nothing. And we probably motored for some hours, probably 5 or 6 hours, didn't we? Because there's no wind at all. Unfortunately, we had to motor. But that's good. And the belt is pretty good. All right, let's so we get sorted. Yep. So we're going to just practice in and out parking, yeah, and using the ropes to actually get off the dock properly, because that's something I need help with. So just as leaving the dock, the wind's coming from here. It's very, very light, so we're just going to blow off. We're going to release all the lines, Gordo, apart from the stern line, and it's just going to be very gently done, yeah. Yep, slow is pro. So you'd set this up as a slip?
Yep, so that way when it's time to go, we can control it all from here and let the line slip through if we need to.
Okay.
What you're going to do, when I cast this line off,
yep,
you're going to have the outboard engine just in very gentle ahead,
yep,
which will swing the boat back against the dock,
yep,
enabling me to stroll on at my leisure rather than having to leap the board.
So the starboard motor, just a little bit forward?
Yep, just a little bit forward, and you'll see how that will bring the boat in and against the dock.
Yep.
Meaning I've got all the time in the world to get back on.
Yep. So you're going to release the lines?
I'm going to leave the lines on because we'll be doing some berthing. We see how that outboard engine is just pushing the boat against the dock, even though the wind's trying to blow us off.
So I've just got the starboard motor idling. You let me know.
So now we're set. Now you can gently go into neutral.
Yep.
You might need a tiny bit of forward on the inboard engine just to stop. See how we're swinging in a bit hard?
Yep. Just checking for everything.
Yep. All clear. So go to neutral with both.
I am, yep.
We see how the boat's now swinging out. We just want to get enough angle.
Just going to knock them into forward, yeah?
The inboard engine into forward.
Yep.
See how we've got some angle now so we can drive away straight. When you're ready, that's it. And now we've got a bit of room and angle, both engines, so we go straight.
Yep.
Just give it a nudge so they're in. Yep. Because now we're driving out.
Yep.
Now we can go neutral. Beauty, what we're going to do, we're going to twinkle up there to the fuel berth and have a little look at how that works.
Yep.
And if you want, before we do that, we're just going to have a look at how to come into this pen
Yep.
with the breeze now in the blow-off position.
Okay.
We want to reverse in with some angle. We can't
Yep.
reverse in straight.
Yep.
So if we go straight, the wind keeps blowing the boat sideways, and as we slow down, suddenly we're away from the dock.
Yep.
So having some angle enables us to control, and here comes the boat, so we're happy you've got the wheel locked and centred.
You're going in now, are you?
Yeah.
And the idea is to get the stern line on. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Once we've got that stern line on,
Yep.
we can come in. So at the moment, we're just looking at trying to come in reasonably straight, get some angle.
Yep.
If I want to get a bit further over there, then I'm going to go outboard engine.
Yep.
See how we've kicked the boat around?
Yep.
Now I've got some better angle. Straighten up.
You're not going to tie it on, do you? I mean, well,
Onto there, and now we're under control, and now
Yep.
we can jiggle our boat backwards and forwards as required to get it exactly where we want. Good, good, good. Think about how we want to rotate the boat. Okay, so let's inside engine a touch of forward to get it straight. Outside engine a touch of reverse to good, good, good. And you see how we're straightening the boat up. When you get it straight, both into reverse just gently so that you go straight back and then stop. Yep, don't worry about the corner. The other one into forward, just gently. And now because they're in opposite, we are just rotating. There's plenty of room. Good, good, good. We're steering by using the foils, nice and easy as we can see. Just putting ourselves into position. We want to get that rotation, that's good. So that's inboard in reverse. Only. Bloody marvellous.
so just setting up reef 1, and so what Gordo's told me is we to put it in, we tighten everything up, or the blue fleck rope, and there it is. There's the ring. Where's the
Rings around the other side.
sorry. Reefing is about reducing the sail area so you can better control your boat. Reduce the sails, you can bring it down to 3 levels, you know, like reef 1, reef 2, reef 3, reduce, reduce, reduce. You know, if you're in 30 knots of wind, you don't want to have the full sails up, you want to have it, you know, 3 reefs in all the way down. Otherwise there's a lot of pressure put on the rigging, and it's a safe, it makes the boat safer, it makes it easy to control, and it gives you the power of the boat, not the boat powering you. So an overpowered boat is not a good boat to sail. That's what I'm learning, and that's what reefing's about. So it's important to reef. Reefing's also about forecasting the weather and adjusting the sails before the weather hits. Adjusting the sails before the weather hits. Remember that, Danny. So there it is there. That's got to be tight. That's got to be tight. And there should be a mark here.
Yeah.
But if we're somewhere close, we're in the money.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That would work.
That would work. Third reef, which is a black fleck,
Yeah.
needs to be about there.
And it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. That just means it'll be a slight difference in our outhaul tension and how tight that is to the boom.
So Gordo's done 3 white dots, and that just means reef 3. And then we're gonna, So we've got reef 3 at the moment, so
Yep.
that's set. Reef 3's done.
Yep.
So we've got a mark on the black fleck, which is black, and so that's set. And there it is there. Okay, that's reef 3 sorted.
Beautiful hole there.
So we've got the 2 marks, the second reef, and on the main halyard we've got another 2 marks, which is good. So when they're lined up, we know that we should be right.
Put the reef in, yeah.
Yeah, the reef's in. Having a break from reefing because we've seen a cat that's been beached, so we're going to have a look and see what they've done.
Well, at least we hope it's been beached rather than it's beached itself.
So we're dropping the main. I'll get up there, I'll get up there.
So now we're coming in, we've got 0.3 under the keel, so this would be you can anchor in this because the tide is rising,
Yeah.
and you'd be tucked in here. We're going to very, very gently just creep our way.
So we're going to gently beach the cat.
It's alright, it's not my cat.
Hey?
It's alright, it's not my cat. So I'd rather not be doing 2 knots when we bump, I'd rather be doing 1.
Yeah.
We're pointing straight into the wind.
Not yet, but
Just backing off the speed.
okay, at depth is 0. Why are we coming in behind them like this?
Well, I know that it's safe to do so. There's
Okay.
no rock.
Oh yeah, right.
We look over there, we see that's not pristine white sand.
So as soon as you hear it touch, you're going to kill the motor, turn neutral and then motor's off. Does neutral stop the propellers from spinning?
Yep.
Okay, so just neutral you want. Is it common for people to beach their cats?
People know enough what they're doing,
Yeah.
and it's quite common for people who don't know what they're doing too, but they generally don't do it on when they're planning to do so.
Yeah, yeah.
We found a beautiful flat spot to beach it.
Yeah. So we're at -4, we should be touching any time, I reckon.
Right, that's us, I think.
Are we on?
No. I'm coming back off because we're a bit close.
Yeah.
Sorry, a bit close.
So we are aground, and that was very gentle. Gordo did a great job. I'm going to put my first reef in, so with the main halyard we'll let it out to here, we know that's the mark, and then we're going to pull in, which is the blue, this one, until we get the mark, then we know that's reef 1, and make sure everything's tight. But we're going to release the main when we do it, and make sure we're upwind. Okay, got it. Okay, I'm going to reef all by myself. I'm going to put in reef 1, or in the first reef. Reef 1. Let's have a look. Looks okay. If you keep come in a little bit, but it's good. I mean, we could come in a bit here, but it's okay.
Everything working.
Yeah.
Very happy, mate.
That's good. I can put in a reef.
Very.
I feel comfortable.
Easy.
All right, I might just put in a second reef. Is that all right? Yep, you're okay.
You're okay. Look at that. That is beautiful.
Put the main back on.
But you would haul that in so that line can't go around your fucking props.
Yep. I just gonna have a look at the
Swell birds. Windmill.
reef 1 and 2 in. There we go, look at that. I'm very happy. Okay, we're back. We've got the southeaster to blow us on. That was pretty good, Gordo. Happy with that?
Really happy with that.
Yep, no problems. Day 4 of non-stop training with Gordo. Thank God he goes home in about 5 hours. I can have a rest. Guy's killing me. And I'm not joking. He just told me that he gets back on Thursday, then Friday he's going to try and have a day off, and then he's got students all weekend again, and then his week starts again. I can't believe how old are you? 58, 59? 59?
Yep. So an intermediate course of the weekend. Then Monday I've got an ICC and what am I doing there?
I just want to say something about learning. I think when you're older, I'm not talking to you, Gordon, I'm talking to the camera. I think when you're older,
Right.
because you have life experience, it could be harder to learn. I think I was talking to Gordo about it. When you learn something new, being older, there's like this window of where you're vulnerable, where you have to be taught. And I think the longer you can keep that window open, the more you'll learn. And you only almost get it. You only get a first chance to make a first impression on sailing. That's why I employed someone like Gordon, mainly Gordon, to make sure that, because he's a perfectionist, that everything is perfect. Because not that I've done everything perfectly, but you know, it's important, I think, to, some people say sailing's simple, but it's there's complexities about it. It's just never ending, isn't it? Would it be constant learning, Gordo?
Yeah,
You're always learning?
Always learning.
Anyway, it's been money well spent, I can assure you of that. And I can reef. I can first and second reef. I'm not even going to worry about the third reef at this point. It's too early days. If I'm out there in 30 knots and trying to sail, then I think I'm being a bit of an idiot. I think hopefully I'm smart enough, but you know, if I have to put in the third reef, I'm going to have the main down and just be sailing on the jib. If not, just be motoring. That's probably what I'd be doing. I think that'd be, I mean, you can sail in 30 knots, obviously. Or hiding, yeah, or not being in that position to start with. Anyway, learning. So what we've just done is we've found the generator. I've never used a generator before, but I'm just guessing it. So we've got it started. That one there. We're just gonna put in a plug and see if it'll start my aircon. Let's see if shit works. Let's plug it in. Like a boss! It's working, it's sucking. Look at that. Mate, look at that. That was just like that.
In video how easy it was to start that, because I've never seen a genset start that simply.
That's been sitting there for months. It's fairly newish. One pull, how easy did it start?
It wasn't even a pull, it was a gentle tug.
And
That.
and it's running the bloody aircon, and that'll be sucking, I don't know how many amps. I don't even know what an amp is, but when I say that I sound really intelligent. It's got to be sucking, it's got to be sucking 50 amps. What do you reckon, hey?
What are we, 240 watts?
This is nautical
yeah,
talk.
We're putting about 1800 watts out with that. Let's call it 2,400 watts.
20
10
amps? 10 amps? So I can be sitting off the Galapagos Island, everything's run dead. I can plug in the genset and use my laptop.
Oh, that was what I thought you were just going to do, the air conditioning so you'd stay cool while everyone was in crisis. You can also plug that into the battery charger and fire up your batteries.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what we're going to call this series? How shit works. Find it and get it working.
That's it.
Okay, so we've filled up the fresh water tank. We've got the genset going, no problems. It's not that noisy, is it?
Exhaust top.
Just doing a bit of maintenance before Gordo goes, but this bilge has had a little bit of water in it since day one. And I got the bilge pump working, but see that water, I'm gonna actually mop that up. I wonder if that's coming from the aircon unit. Interesting. Okay. You can see that's pretty clean now. Just, I'll keep an eye on that. So Gordo's about to leave.
Sadly.
He did an amazing job. It was the best money. It wasn't money well spent. It was actually an investment into my yachting career. Did you have fun?
I had fun.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was really pleasing to see what we did, what we achieved, how much we learned,
Yep.
which was good.
I learnt so much. Probably the highlight was navigating more conscientiously, not being as flippant, not trusting navionics, or trusting that some of those, those depths aren't right, are they? As we saw, they were way off.
Electronic navigation is good, but
Yeah.
it's like a paper chart. If you have a paper chart, you're very cautious because you can't actually see where you are. With an electronic chart, you think you know where you are, and as we saw multiple times this weekend, it wasn't right.
Yeah.
And things weren't there, and suddenly things were there, and depths were massively different, and
Yeah.
so we need to navigate.
And beaching the cat, we found out that we've still got another 70 centimetres under the.
Yeah,
it's
very
not-
very conservative on the depth
Yeah.
setup, and fortunately this one enables us to read what's going when we get a negative.
Yeah.
So we now know how much depth we've got under the keel all the time, properly.
Yeah. Do you feel that I'm confident to take it out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Thank
Absolutely. For where we were to what we are, I
Yeah.
feel comfortable and confident that you're going to be able to take the boat out and sail it happily
you. Yeah.
and safely,
Yeah.
and not make silly stuff ups, because we've covered that.
Yeah. Mate, I know you're busy. I just want to say thanks for coming up. I really appreciate it. You're a legend.
Well, Daddy, thanks for having me, mate. It's been a hoot this week.
Look how polite we are. Just so polite.
I'm always this polite. I never make any off-colour remarks.
All right.
All quality jokes.
That's Gordo. He's leaving shortly. I'm going to drop him at the airport. That's the end of today. I'm exhausted. I think I'm going to go home early. I've been up here about 11 days on the boat straight, and 4 days that was at sea. So anyway, lots of learning, lots of fun, and just the beginning.